Shaitan and Isis and the warmongers, Psalms 127, I am for E. And, E, is for peace, but they are not for peace, but they are the warmongers, and when they are speaking, they are not speaking for everyone, but for old God whom is called Shaitan, and whom is very wicked, and who will like to see that we all end up in hell, and whose for man's destruction, and whom is gathering the nations them in the world, to fight against one another in a world war. Friends, the super-rich and the globalist and the capitalist and the socialist, and the Kabbalist, and also those with their God-given fortune and their wealth, are for old God, and also those with their megacorporations, and also those with their doctorates and masters, and also those with their dark arts, and their sorceries, and they are the ones, who are benefiting from this war, and they are the influential ones, that are benefiting immensely, and also those within their megamedia corporations and also those within their sororities and their societies and their hegemonies, and they are the influencers, and heads, in the world with their foremost alphabetical organizations, with their air and seaports and their maritime authority, and also all the nations them with their military industrialized companies, and also the other countries them, with their military complexes, and these are the ones who are ruling over us in the world. And they are the ones who are in the government, and in the media, and in politics and in this world's government, and in geopolitics, and they are the ones, who are the financier and the influencers, that are for their comrades, and who are for their corporations and for themselves, and for their own purse. And one way or the other, their own fortune and their own well-being and their wealth comes first. And they are the ones that are making sure that their wealth is growing exorbitantly. And that they are staying in power and that they are thriving and that their comrades are staying in power. And in one instant they are for equity and equality and human prosperity and equality and wellness and well-being, and that they are against evil and against the injustices that are in the world, and that they are for victims' rights. But on the other hand, they are saying that they aren't for war. But on the other hand, they are for war, and they will even go as far, as to wish others well, and they would even support them in their fight for peace, even in a war to bring them peace, and for their nation's sovereignty and for their states' rights, but in truth, and in fact, they are hypocrites, because their underlying premise is about money and greed and covetousness, and for evil-gotten gains, and this is wicked and dangerous. Because their wisdom is not from me, but it's from old God, whom is called Satan, and whom is not for peace, but for war, and whom is also for death and destruction. And because they are not ease, they are doing the works of Shaitan. And they would never call for calm or for peace, neither for a ceasefire in the war with Russia and Ukraine. And neither for any real negotiations nor any transparency, but for a constant war, which would bring more crisis and death and destruction to the people of Russia and Ukraine, and possibly a nuclear war that would affect everyone in the world, or until everyone in Ukraine have met their death. And they, the warmongers, they would continue to vote for a prolonged war, and for giving more supplies, and for more weapons which would cause more death and destruction and which would bring on more crises in the world, and even for a never-ending war. Friends, it is better for us to put our trust in Elu'hymn, because E is sovereign, and because E is the Almighty One, whom is the Almighty E. And E is the Almighty One whom is the Odd. And E is the Holy One, whose name is called Holy E. And whom is the Sovereign King, because E is the Righteous One, whom is over all of us. And E is the Sovereign King of all, whom is in the heavens and the earth. And because E's wisdom is infinite, and E's wealth is unmeasurable, and also because E's power and E's might is past finding out. Because E's wisdom and E's wealth and E's power and might is infinite. And because there's no one, whom is like E, and Elu'hymn. And Elu'hymn is coming to put an end to human suffering, and an end to Shaitan, whom is the arch-enemy of all mankind. And Elu'hymn is going to set up an everlasting kingdom in E's earth, and is going to rule E's world in righteousness. And only then will we, who are left in the world, would live in peace. Because there would be no more wars, and no more fighting, nor any nuclear wars, and no more adversaries, because Shaitan would be vanquished, and he would be in hell. Praise E. The Odd. Psalms 122, verse 6, Friends, please pray for peace in the world, and for the coming of Elu'hymn, and for E's holy New Jerusalem, because only then would we have peace in the world. And we would all dwell with E, and we all would have real prosperity, because we would have placed our faith and our trust in Elu'hymn, whom loves us all, and whom would be coming to save us, and to dwell with all those that loves Elu'hymn. Friends, because there isn't going to be any peace in this world until E, the Prince of Peace, comes. And until the Almighty E has vanquished old Satan and his evil minions. And until E has reigned in all the evil nations in this world, and until E has come down from E's heaven, and until E has established E's holy kingdom in the world. And until E is reigning from E's throne in E's holy New Jerusalem, which would be coming down from out of E's heaven, and which would, E, established in E's earth. Hallelujah. Friends, to learn more about E, and Elu'hymn, and Elu, and Elu'hymn, friends, would you please follow the link below to my YouTube channel, which is called, The Pure Gospel of Elu'hymn. Thank you. The end.